Your side hustle just got 10% more expensive. Here's why. The Federal Reserve's rate hikes have pushed business loan rates up by 2 to 3% since 2023, and credit card APRs are now averaging 19.2%, up from 14.5% in 2022. A freelance graphic designer in the Reddit thread shared how her equipment loan payment jumped from $250 per month to $300 per month overnight. It's not just about loans. Every dollar you borrow now costs more. But here's the good news. You don't have to shut down your hustle. Let's break down how to keep your side gig alive without bleeding money. On the Money Decoded, we break down side hustles without the hype. And today's topic is how the Fed's rate hikes are quietly raising your costs. Let's start with the obvious. Interest rates are up. But what does that actually mean for your side hustle? Picture this. You're running a freelance photography business, and you need a new camera. In 2022, you could get a business loan with a 6% interest rate. Today, that same loan costs 8.5%. Over 12 months, that 2.5% difference adds up to $1,200 in extra interest, money you didn't budget for. This isn't hypothetical. A user on our /freelance posted last month that their credit card debt for business expenses now carries a 19.2% APR, up from 14.5% in 2022. That means if you charge $1,000 for a project and pay it off in 6 months, you're paying $95 in interest, not to mention the $100 in fees for late payments. The Fed's rate hikes aren't just affecting big companies. Small businesses and side hustlers are feeling the squeeze through two main channels: business loans and credit card debt. According to Fred data, the average 30-year fixed mortgage rate is now 5.8%, but small business loan rates are even higher, often 8 to 10% for unsecured loans. Here's the kicker. Many side hustlers rely on credit cards for cash flow. If your business expenses are $3,000 per month and you're carrying a balance, that 19.2% APR means you'll pay $576 in interest annually. That's not just extra money. It's money you could be using to scale your hustle. But here's where it gets interesting. The Fed's rate hikes aren't just about loans. They're also affecting your customers. If you're selling products online, higher interest rates could slow down customer spending, and that impacts your revenue. Let's get specific. The Fed's target rate is now 5.5%, up from 0.25% in early 2020. That might not sound like much, but it's a massive shift for side hustlers who depend on credit. Take a $10,000 business loan. At 6%, you'd pay $600 in interest annually. At 8.5%, that's $850, a $250 increase. Over 5 years, that's $1,250 in extra costs. If you're using that loan to buy equipment, that's $1,250 you could have invested in your hustle. Credit cards are even worse. Let's say you charge $2,000 per month for a side gig and pay it off in 6 months. At 14.5%, you'd pay $145 in interest. At 19.2%, that jumps to $192, a $47 difference per month. Multiply that by 12 months, and you're looking at $564 in interest alone. Now, here's the real-world example. Sarah, a freelance graphic designer, took out a $5,000 loan in 2023 for a new laptop. At 6%, her monthly payment was $93. Today, with rates at 8.5%, her payment is $112, a $19 increase. Over a year, that's $228 more she's paying in interest. But it's not just about the numbers. The psychological impact is huge. When your costs go up, it's easy to feel like your hustle isn't worth it. That's why understanding the why behind the rate hikes is critical. The Fed raises rates to control inflation, but the side effect is higher borrowing costs for everyone. If you're using credit to fund your hustle, you're paying a premium. The question isn't whether the Fed's rate hikes are affecting you, it's how bad it's getting. If you're feeling the squeeze from rising rates, hit subscribe. We'll show you how to cut costs without killing your income. Let's talk solutions. Here are 3 actionable steps to reduce the financial strain of rate hikes on your side hustle. 1. Refinance or consolidate debt. If you have high-interest credit card debt, consider a balance transfer to a card with a lower APR. Rising rates are a challenge, but they're not a roadblock. With the right strategies, you can keep your side hustle alive and even grow it. See you next time with more side hustle tips.